Another good one is just tapping. So tap as quickly as you can.
That's hard too.
Yeah.
Take a little weight off, and we're going to do a single leg. You're going to do whatever leg. Start with it. Yep, so just kind of either hold it or just try not to push it down.
So I like to do this one before doing the short foot, because when you do this one, you're actually focusing on kind of squeezing those toes underneath you, right? So you're kind of squeezing those toes up, and you get a feel for like that gripping. And then when you do the short foot, you already know what toe gripping feels like, and you're not doing that. So for this one, you're kind of just trying to create that arch under that space. So you're kind of just trying to squeeze your heel and your forefoot together, and then relax it, and then squeeze, and then relax. It's not about how high you can lift it. It's just about getting that contraction. As you get that contraction, you'll start to kind of get higher and higher. Some of this is building that muscle brain connection first, figuring out how to use the different muscles in your foot, which is why you'll feel like that cramping sensation and those other things. Not focused on how much can I move or how perfect is the movement. If you're getting any movement or you're feeling a contraction in the spots that you're supposed to feel it, so for this would be feeling it kind of underneath here, then you're doing it right. And you just got to practice it. It's going to take a ton of time.
Okay.
With toe yoga, what we're trying to do is differentiate what our toes are doing. So you're going to try to lift your big toe and keep the little ones down, and then put the big one down and lift the other ones. So little toes down and lift the big, and then big one down and lift the others. And again, it's not about perfection here. It's about just trying to get any movement. Again, you might feel some cramping. These are more frustrating than they are anything. But once you start to kind of get it, it will get easier and easier.
But it just gives you a little bit more support.
If you do it barefoot, the benefit that you get is you can focus on, like, if your feet are sweaty, feel how mine like kind of stick to here. So all I have to think about is unstick. So it's not super high. It's just a little bit of movement there.
So the more that we're not kind of all over the place, the better.
This took me like a year to do. Okay, so
I can do the big
I can
one
also
better.
Another one is toe abduction. We're just trying to separate them, which I can do pretty good with my big toe. I struggle a little bit getting the rest of them. I can actually do much better on my left foot. So I can spread them out a little bit more on this side. Yeah, see that?
The slower we do things, the better.
Again, the more you'll do, it'll start to get kind of easier and easier. When our feet are in shoes, we kind of start to lose that individual connection. So as you do them and you're working on those a little bit more, it'll get a little bit easier.
And then what is that good for?
It's good for ankle and foot kind of stability, being able to use them instead of just one giant unit that's like this individually, so that those movements is not coming all the way up at the ankle, but you can start to use toes and feet and, you know, that point of contact a little bit better. Does that make sense? So that gives you a good foundation for everything else to kind of build up on, for the knee and then the hip and everything.
Got it.
But another great exercise is just grasping various things with your toes. Marbles, pens, because this gets that same stuff. But because there's a external cue here, like I feel it if I grab it or if I can lift it, it usually goes a lot better than doing some of these exercises, which feels like you're not making any progress. You're kind of putting that external focus on, like, okay, can I lift this? Can I grab this? So you're just working towards it, and especially if you have various things, golf balls, little bouncy balls, marbles, do various objects, which is going to kind of be various amounts of movement and gripping in the toes. Correct. Yep. But yeah, if your knee is kind of preventing you from doing some stuff and you want some stuff to get into, work on the feet and ankles. That it will really help add a foundation to the knee.